Thanks for joining us on this Thursday morning. I'm meteorologist Leonard Josiah. Let's take a look at your daily weather update, and we're going to be taking a look first at your tropical weather update. You're looking at the broad expanse of our satellite imagery. It's what we call our high-resolution Atlantic view, and we're looking at the Caribbean Sea, the Antigua and Barbuda, the British Virgin Islands, the Caribbean Islands right here. You're looking at the northern expanse of the Atlantic Ocean all the way out to Africa. We're not seeing much in terms of the development, even though you're seeing some of these clouds right here. We're going to be saying goodbye to the Cape Verde season. Why? Because the upper level shear is going to be so high, and those tropical waves emerging off the coast of Africa are not necessarily going to be facing what we call good weather conditions for development. So the main development area right now is void of significant weather formation and significant weather for us to talk about. But here is AL94. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit more about that in the next minute or two. Taking you further towards the west, there is an area of disturbed weather. Here is Jamaica, Cuba, and this particular area has been monitored with the National Hurricane Center. And even though the chances have fallen off, nonetheless, we are still looking at the possibility of some development in this particular area. Here is a cold front. This particular cold front means that high pressure is behind the cold front. So even though it develops, it's not forecast to track into the Gulf of Mexico where they had those hurricanes. It's forecast to move on towards the west and head towards Belize, and the likelihood of some rainfall activity and some flooding potential is going to be on the elevated. So let's take you closer to home. Here are the British Virgin Islands, the Leeward Islands, islands further towards the south, including Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. This is AL94. Take a look. It has already have what we call a spinning circulation with respect to it. But the chances of development have come down, and we're not forecasting that it will develop because it is gulping some drier air, and the upper level wind shear is not necessarily supporting any tropical cyclone formation. But nonetheless, it's forecast to head just to the north of the islander chain, and most of these weather conditions are forecast to remain well offshore. Nonetheless, we're looking at Barbuda, Anguilla, and the British Virgin Islands. They're going to be closer to this particular feature, so you can expect that they're going to be having a greater chance that they will see some potential of rainfall and some lightning strikes, etc., and some thunderstorm activity. Antigua, Montserrat, and St. Kitts Nevis, we're going to be on the more sheltered side. But nonetheless, even though most of this is forecast to pass just to the north, there is some moisture on the southern periphery that is forecast to come across our island chain. That, with the instability, is likely to still create some passing showers and elevated chances of showers in our neck of the woods right here in Antigua. Greater chances of showers in Barbuda. So in terms of our threat level indicator, here is what we can expect. Little or no wind impacts, because those winds are not going to be much across our island chain. We are still looking at up to an inch of rainfall, but that inch of rainfall is not going to be falling in such a short space of time. There may be a minor flooding in Anguilla, minor flooding in Barbuda, possibly a minor flooding event here in Antigua, but the threat is certainly going to be little or none. The greater threat is going to be on the marine front, and with the thunderstorm that is likely to pass on through. A moderate chance of a moderate level here for your medium, for your marine, and the thunderstorm activity likely to take place right here in Antigua and Barbuda and the northern Leeward Islands. Let's take you closer to home, and we're going to be talking more about the seas. The marine impacts, seas are going to be in the region of 5 to 7 feet. There is an elevated risk to small craft operators. The seas are going to be choppy, and because of that, there's going to be likelihood of a small craft advisory issued for the Leeward Islands and the British Virgin Islands. Remember, we want you to be safe. If you hear the thunderstorm and you're seeing any cloud to ground lightning, which is what we call the fork lightning, that can be hazardous to you. And there is an elevated risk caused by lightning during the passage of AL94, and we want to make sure that you are safe. So let's talk a little bit more about your forecast for Antigua, Montserrat, and St. Kitts and Nevis. We're looking at for today a 60% chance of some showers in our neck of the woods for Antigua. Greater chances of showers on Friday come Saturday. On Saturday, we're looking at the backside of this particular feature, still bringing in some instability into our local region, and that's the reason why you're seeing on Friday thunderstorm symbols and some rain, and Saturday mostly cloudy skies with an 80% chance of some showers before high pressure builds in on Sunday, where the chances will come down, but yet still a greater than 50% chance of some showers in Antigua. The very similar weather conditions for Montserrat and on St. Kitts and Nevis. If you're in Anguilla and the British Virgin Islands, you are going to be closer to the passage of AL94. So it goes pretty much like this. For today, a 50% chance of some showers in Anguilla. Come Friday and on Saturday, higher chances of some showers in your neck of the woods with your percentage of precipitation 80%, even much higher, going on into Saturday before high pressure builds in on Sunday. If you're on the British Virgin Islands, a moderate chance of some showers today, but yet still on Friday, Saturday, and on Sunday, mostly cloudy skies with the potential of some heavier showers in your neck of the woods for the British Virgin Islands. Well, during the passage of AL94, even though most of the weather is forecast to stay to the north of the area, remember, for you in Antigua and Barbuda, even in the rest of the Leeward Islands, if you do have your camera, you could take some pics or even take some videos for us, and you can send your pics and your videos to abmsiwatch@gmail.com. abmsiwatch@gmail.com. It helps us to respond to giving you some timely watches and warnings, and we're going to be doing this together. All right, so we're looking forward to some pics and videos from you. Remember, we are your trusted weather source on Facebook. Give us a like or thumbs up. Share this page. If you're in Antigua, our hotline to call is 463-4638, or our website is antiguamet.com. And as I leave you, the weather will always change, but you keep weathering your weather in spite of the weather, whether you like it or not. I'm Leonard Josiah, wishing you a safe and productive day.